Hi everyone, my name is Cass and this is our Stormland review. Stormland is the VR game a lot of people highly anticipated this year because it's by Insomniac Games. You might know them from Edge of Nowhere and The Unspoken or the pancake game Marvel's Spider-Man for the PlayStation. Stormland is a first-person action-adventure game, a shooter in a sci-fi setting. There is a 5-hour main story that introduces you to the game that you can play alone or in two-player co-op. From there it opens up a cycling world where each week the world refreshes and gives you new things to discover. I think it's a pretty cool concept, but I will explain all of this further in this video. I will show you the core game mechanics without spoiling the main story, and I'll give you my final thoughts on the game. As usual, the timestamps will be below, and the game releases tomorrow on November 14th on the Oculus Rift store. A quick note, I've tested the game using Revive and unfortunately it does not work right now. Hopefully a fix will come after release. Subscribe if you haven't yet to stay up to date with the VR, and now join me beyond reality. Hi everyone, welcome to Stormland. I'll be shortly explaining what this game is all about inside the game. Don't worry, I'm not going to spoil any main story stuff, so let's just get started. Let's talk about the ways you can travel in this game because it's super interesting. First of all, you can climb anywhere you want, like this with your grip buttons. I'm just flinging myself up like this, and then you can also just jump around, and you can jump with a button, or you can kind of fling yourself up and then extend your arms like this, like Superman actually, and then you're kind of gliding or flying. It's really cool. And then in these clouds you can do this. This is what they call slipstreaming, and if you use your grip buttons here you can speed up. You don't have to extend your arms when you're speeding, and you can also just kind of brake by moving your arms back to your body like this, or go further again. I think it is super cool. I really love this way of moving around. It's comfortable to me too, and it's just very immersive. But what do you do in this game? Well, this game is very objective based. So you have a little small map, mini map on your left wrist. As you can see here, this shows where you are and where you have to go. And if you click here, a large hologram bigger map shows up, which I think is super cool because you can just walk around it, even below it if you want. And you can put little markers. This is one marker I put there, but if you want to put somewhere else, for example here, it will show up like right where you put it. Can you see the yellow line over there? That's the marker I just put there. This is helpful, especially in multiplayer, because then you can just kind of let your other player, your friend, know where you want to go. So if you close this and then turn my wrist around, you can see objectives. Here you can see all your quests, the stuff that you have to do in this game. For example, I have this quest, I have to defeat a Tempest. So how about we just do one of the objectives, and then I'll show you a little bit of the combats too, because that is also one of the interesting parts. Okay guys, here we are. There are a couple of enemies over there, which you can see if you turn on the scanner by clicking on your temple right here on your forehead, like this. And now I can see them, and when they're green, you know that they haven't detected us yet. So there are a couple of ways to go into combat in this game. First of all, you can try doing it stealthily, like what I'm going to try right now. And that's pretty cool that you have the choice, because you can, for example, grab a little rock over here. Let's turn on the scanner. Oh, let's see if I can reach it. Yes, and then you can distract them by throwing it somewhere, like that. And he'll start looking for it. It's pretty funny, I think. But you can also go in gun blazing, of course. But another tactic would be to just hide in this tall grass like I'm doing right now, and then waiting till they pass by. Oh, is he seeing me? He's seeing me? Oh no, I'm good, I'm good. I also scanned him. Let me wait until he turns around, because then you can try and take out his battery and then kind of take him out that way. Here we go, you go. Oh, that one is also looking right now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, let's wait until he turns around. Oh, they are so huge. Okay, I can take out his batteries like this. Oh, oh. Yes, and then he dies. I think that is just funny. But let's go in there and destroy them all. I'm using one of my weapons here. There are a couple of different weapons too. This is, I think, like a shotgun, which is pretty cool. But this is like an SMG. Let's shoot him. Here we go. And then I also have this weapon, which has a scope. I think there was another enemy over there, but I can't see him. Oh, it's over there. Let's move a little closer. Oh, I don't like this weapon. Let's use a shotgun again. Oh, so much easier. Very cool, right? So once they're dead, you can collect their items. These are like little energies for your shield. Yes, I also have a shield. I always forget to use it, but it uses like biomes, I think is what it's called. It's like MP, which you can recharge by grabbing fruit and stuff, which I will show you in a little bit. The most challenging part about combat in this game is that if you run out of ammo, which you can see over here, then it's gone. It's empty. So you will have to grab a weapon that is like that weapon and then destroy it using the grip buttons and ripping it apart. And it will give you ammo for the same weapon. And that was for this one. So there are a lot of different ways that you could do to go into battle. You even have a grenade, for example, which you can activate by using your other hands. Throw it away, of course, before you hurt yourself. But you can also use your surroundings. You also have like a hand blaster, which doesn't use any ammo. But then you can shoot things like this, which causes the... these are things that spawn in the environment, and that is like a shock crystal. And that hurts the people who are standing around it. But there are like explosive barrels as well that you can find, or you can use this to destroy barrels like these to get money, which is called alloy in this game. But you also have like a left arm sort of special weapon. Currently I have like a shock arm, which you can use as well. But that uses the energy as well, as you could see. So to recharge that energy, you will actually have to find fruit, which there's one over here. And then squeeze it with a trigger to get more energy. Like that. And as I showed you just a little bit right now, is that you have so many different weapons. You can dual wield if you want. You can use a weapon in two-handed mode and then you see it change, which looks pretty cool. But you also get like more stability, or some weapons even have a scope like this one, which helps a lot too. Really depends on your playstyle. You can just figure it out yourself. And also, while you're watching this video, please leave a like if you found it interesting so far. So I'm going back to my base camp right now, where we can upgrade my character. Let's go back. Boom. So here at the base camp, you can upgrade your character. You can do that in other regions as well, but it's easier to show it over here. For example, this is the mod station. This is my character, and he has like all kinds of different slots available, which you can click on, and then you can unlock upgrades for your character. For example, charge jump. You can charge your jump to jump even higher. Let's apply it. Now you see it's upgraded on my leg, and now I can jump higher by hold pressing the jump button, and then I can jump, except I cannot jump in the base camp, but you'll be able to use it in different regions. So at the mod station, what you will need to upgrade stuff, unlock stuff, is actually what you can see up here, Aeon Buds and Growth. Aeon Buds you can get by collecting a lot of fruit, or by collecting a blue kind of glowy fruit thing, which you will learn in the main story. And Growth you can get by scanning objects using the scanner I showed you before, this thing here. And if there's something new that you haven't scanned before, just open it, look at it, and it will scan, and then it will show up here on your left wrist in the index. Here you can see the question marks are the stuff that I haven't scanned yet, and the stuff I have scanned yet are here as well. But I'm not going to spoil too much of that, so just so you know that it exists. So I think being able to choose how you want to upgrade your characters, because there are a lot of different skills and you can't use all of them at once, I think that adds a bit of replayability. But what I wanted to show you as well is this workbench. This is where you can upgrade your arms, like the skill I showed you before, this one. And I want to show you what the arm upgrades looks like. For example, if I want a different arm, I can fabricate it.
Grab your left arm and pull to remove it.
And I have to do that. I have to pull my arm off. Oops, oops. Don't lose your arm. That is not what you're supposed to do. But I think that's a really cool mechanic. Just ripping their arm off and upgrading it. And all of this stuff costs alloy. And the alloy is what you collect by using your blaster. As for multiplayer, I've said before, you can play the entire main story in multiplayer. I did that with Chary, but you can't do multiplayer straight away. You will get it after you completed the introduction, the tutorial of the game, and then you will have to do a side mission called Lost Operator in the Psychat region to unlock co-op multiplayer. And once you've unlocked it, you can see it appear here, multiplayer menu. And then here you can see your friends or quick join someone else. And then you can just join anyone or invite someone. And then one last thing, a very interesting part of this game is something is called the cycling world. I'm going to walk over there. Once you've completed the main story, the game enters a cycling world. And one cycle actually takes 1 calendar week. So as you can see over there, I have 6 days left. So the rollover for each cycle happens on Tuesday at 9 AM ET time zone for everyone in the game. So with each new cycle, a lot in the world changes, like the position and layout of islands and the disposition and makeup of enemies and resources, but also the conditions of Stormland changes. Like right now, the electrocution, as you can see over there, will be much more effective in this ionized atmosphere. And of course, there will also be new missions and things for you to scan. So right now my escalation level is 0, as you can see. But if you complete the cycle and doing the missions that you have to do, the main objectives, it will increase that escalation level, and then the enemies and everything around you will be more difficult. So in that cycle, your main objective is to complete the Stormland portal missions, and that is to defeat the Tempest and then conquering Terminus tower thing. And so if you completed that escalation level goes up. And if you can't complete the terminus in the following 2 cycles, then the escalation level will go down. But if you completed like the 2 maximum escalation levels, there's only 2, then you'll be getting a special ending, which I haven't gotten yet because I've only done 1 cycle so far. So I just wanted to get up here to kind of enjoy the view. So once you've completed the main story or you've successfully defeated Terminus at each cycle, then you can kind of ascend your character, which basically means that you can reset your character by trading in the upgrades that you got for growth, and then you can tailor a new character build for the new cycles conditions, which I think is interesting. But that's it for now for the core gameplay mechanics introduction. Let's move on to my final thoughts and recommendations. Wow. What I've shown you in this video are the game's core mechanics, and those are well done. You can tell that the developers spent a lot of time polishing every detail. I especially like the ways to travel and the different ways you can go into combat, but also the smaller parts like how you accelerate while slipstreaming or how holding and shooting a gun feels. The hand animations when you open a crate or use a lever. The game is good at making you feel awesome, especially after defeating that squad of huge robots using a self-made strategy. Travel is important in this game and it is surprisingly comfortable. There is no teleportation option, so I'm wondering if everyone can take these ways of travel, but there are other standard comfort options as you can see on the screen, and as you may know, I can get motion sick, but I felt fine playing Stormland. Be aware that comfort is a personal thing though. The graphics, the characters and animations are just beautiful. This adds to making you want to explore the game to its fullest. You can play everything together with one other person, and I'm positively surprised at how seamless it is. I played the whole main story with Chary successfully, and I don't think I've ever played a VR co-op game that includes a story that we could follow together and works this well. The Stormland world consists of 3 open world strata and a base camp. Each strata looks like this map here, and as said before, with each new cycle, the maps change and are randomized. There are also changes daily, like where alloy and fruit positions are, or Tempest squads and chest locations. However, while the cycling world is a cool concept and adds replayability, I'm guessing that the missions might be more of the same at some point. The game is very combat focused, there aren't any puzzles, it's all about traveling to a place, defeating the enemies and collecting what you need. This will make the game repetitive after a while. I can't say when exactly it will start feeling repetitive because I've only experienced one cycle so far. Chary and I took about 4 hours to complete the main story, but we did rush it. Now, we are in the first cycle and we've already gotten a couple of missions that are not that different from the ones we did in the main story. Of course, since the environment changes and the enemies get harder, it will be a little different. However, I'm not sure if these differences will matter enough to make me want to replay the missions over and over. I might spend a couple of hours in the cycles, but I don't see myself spending as many hours on this game as in Asgard's Wrath. So I think $40 is pretty expensive since Asgard's Wrath is the same price. There are also some minor frustrations, like it's very easy to destroy a weapon accidentally or lose them while climbing, since a lot of these mechanics use the same buttons. But I do think these things are forgivable if you're looking for a solid sci-fi shooter. I've had a lot of fun playing this, and each time I could not wait to jump back in to explore what was there to explore. There is also more to do than what I could cover in this video, so my recommendation is just to explore and try out new things at an easy pace. Stormland is out tomorrow for $40 on the Oculus Rift store. Okay, so question of the day. What do you think of Stormland so far? Are you getting it? And if so, and if not, why not? Let us know down below in the comments. And a special thanks goes to our right-hand patrons. Shout out to Art Armin and his Patreon page. Another shout out goes to Baxon VR and his VR YouTube channel. Everyone, see you all in the next video. And as always, VR on. Stormland is the VR game because it's by Insomniac Games. Or the pancake game Marvel's Spider-Man.